Hey Facebook, it's Alan from Clubit, and we're here to talk about the Apple iPhone 7 and 7 Plus launch. For us at Clubit, we watched it and we live tweeted the whole event. There was a lot of stuff happening, a lot of really awesome updates that we're really excited about, especially some of the stuff with the new Apple Watch, some of the stuff with Apple HomeKit has got us really interested, and we can't wait to do a little bit more and talk a bit more with you about that. But we're going to start talking about the iPhone 7 launch now. So every September, Apple holds the Apple keynote in their California offices, and they throw a huge party. Last night, they had the likes of James Corden doing carpool karaoke with Apple CEO Tim Cook, and they even had Pharrell show up for a little bit. At the end of the event, they had Sia performing live on stage her brand new single that is launching on Apple Music, so a little bit of a plug there for them. But the real reason everyone tuned in was to see what the new iPhone was going to be like. There'd been a lot of rumours coming up to the event about what was going to happen with the iPhone. Were they going to do 3 or 4 or 2 sizes? Were they going to get rid of the headphone jack? That has been a really hot topic at the minute. So let's start talking about the iPhone 7. The iPhone 7, the first thing they led with was the design. So we're all quite familiar with the 3 common designs. You've got the rose gold, space grey, and the silver phone. Well, Apple has now got rid of the space grey and introduced jet black and black. The jet black is a really beautiful gloss black case, and it looks incredible. That's only going to be available on the higher memory models at a little bit more expensive because it looks so nice. Apple did stick with just 2 devices. They stuck with the iPhone 7, which is a 4.7 inch, the same as the 6 and 6S, and the iPhone 7 Plus, which is the same as the 6 Plus and the 6S Plus at 5.5 inches. If you bought any cases for your 6S, then they're still going to fit with the new phones, so you don't have to go out and buy any new cases, which is great news. The next update that they did was on the home button. We're very used to the home button, but now what they've done is they've upgraded it and they've made it more touch sensitive, so there's going to be less clicking, more pressing. That means there's going to be less faults with the home button, and we're going to be able to get a lot more functionality. They're adding some instant messaging applications, so you can be able to use it for quick actions like replying to a message or sharing some content. And Apple finally listened to some of its fans and decided that they were going to make the new iPhone 7 and 7 Plus water and dust proof, which is really exciting. There are rumours that the 6 and 6S series was waterproof, but they've not tested it, they've not marketed it that way. They're finding out that the 7 and 7 Plus is going to be waterproof is great news for a lot of people. Now the next huge update on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus was the camera. Now the iPhone 7 has got the usual upgrade of a camera with slightly more megapixels. It's got a better colour range, so it can pick up more vivid colours, and it's also improved the flash. Now the flash was going to pick up better lighting in dark light, and the best feature of the flash is that it matches artificial light. So if you're inside and there's a dodgy light, it sees that light flickering and it will match the brightness and the speed of that flicker. So you'll be able to get crisp images even in low light situations or artificial light situations. The iPhone 7 Plus has been given an extra camera. So yeah, on the back of the iPhone 7 Plus, there's now going to be 2 cameras. Now the cameras have 2 different functions. The first camera is your normal camera, and that's for your day-to-day shooting, taking regular pictures. But the second camera that's there is a 2x zoom camera, meaning that when you take a picture and you want to zoom in, you're now going to get better, clearer pictures on the zoom because it's using its standalone camera. Combining these together means that it can have now up to 10 times digital zoom, which means you can get even closer. If you're at a concert, you can now zoom in even further and still get crisp, clear images. Apple did a really great job of showing off some of these images at their event last night, and you can check out some of these images on our website at clubit.tv. Francesco has asked if the iPhone is going to be easy to use. Apple has a habit of making their devices incredibly intuitive, so you can get straight into it. If you've used an iPhone in the past, it's going to be exactly the same design and features that you have loved all this time. So you're going to be able to get straight in and you're not having to learn any new tricky software updates. If you're coming from Android, then the difference with iPhone and iOS is that it's a much simpler software. So Apple basically says, this is how you do things. on Android there's a lot of customization that you don't get on Apple, simply because Apple likes to keep its designs clean and crisp. So if you like your design clean and crisp, the iPhone is going to be perfect. Joanne is saying, is the camera going to be much better than the iPhone 6? Absolutely. The camera is going to be one of the greatest cameras is the greatest camera on an iPhone and a smartphone ever. It's even going to start to compete with the handheld devices that we used to from Canon and things like that. It's going to give you what's called shallow depth perception. So some of you, if you use Instagram, you'll be familiar with this, where you can add a nice blur to the background of your photo to make you pop out. What iPhone's doing is it's added the functionality so you can take pictures using that shallow depth perception live as you take the photo. So you're actually going to be able to see, if we were taking a photo of myself now, I would be clean and crisp and sharp, and then behind me it would be slightly blurred out to make me really stand out and to give it almost a 3D effect. So if you're someone who takes a lot of photos, then the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus especially are going to be really, really important tools for you to use over the next year, because it's going to replace some cameras. They're not as bulky as big DSLRs, but you can take almost as good images. It's got the usual updates on the display and on the speed of the phone. So the display is 25% brighter than ever before, and it's showing more colours and in crisper colour. And it's also going to be a little bit faster. So they've upgraded their processor in it, so it's now using the A10 Fusion chip, which means nothing to most people, but it just means it's going to be, the new iPhone is going to be 120 times faster than the original, and the graphics are going to be 240 times faster than the original. So if you're someone who likes to play games on your phone, if you're someone who likes to watch a lot of video, watch a lot of live video, then you're going to be able to really get the most from your phone. The other thing, if you're big into watching video, you're going to be able to hear in stereo, because Apple have added another speaker. So if your phone is landscape, you've got one speaker at the bottom where it currently is, and you're going to have a second speaker on the top, which means you're watching a video or playing a game and you can really get immersed into the content, and it's going to feel like you're actually in the screen watching or playing the game live. Now, the big news, and hold your breath for this, Apple has officially gotten rid of the headphone jack. That's right, the 3.5mm headphone jack that we're used to with our normal headphones is no more on Apple. Now, there's a lot of questions that have come in about how this is going to affect how we listen to music. Now, the first thing Apple have done is accepted that not everyone's ready to throw in their towel on their regular headphones. So that with each iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, they're going to throw in a little adapter to connect your 3.5mm headphone jack into the Apple Lightning port, which is the charging port. They're also giving a free pair of headphones that connect with the Lightning port with every iPhone as well. But the main reason that they've got rid of the headphone jack isn't so they can start using the Lightning port, it's because they want to go wireless. So Apple have announced that they're bringing AirPods. The AirPod look very similar to the regular Apple headphone, except they're completely wireless. These connect to your phone, iPad, Apple Watch via Bluetooth, and they come in a nice little box. You can see this box on our website as well, or if you head over to our Twitter at Clubit, then you can see it on there as well. Now, the AirPods are not cheap. They're going to cost, the price there for American price is $159, so you're probably looking around £130, £120 in the UK, and that is not cheap for some wireless headphones. But they're promising to be a very handy tool, and if you like to listen to music on the go, you don't like all these cables getting all knotted up in your pocket, then they could be a great option for you. They also announced a few new Beats headphones that are also going to be wireless that you can take a look at as well. These are not going to be cheap again, but wireless technology is growing more and more, and the cheaper options are out there available to you. Harry left a comment a while ago saying he's not sure about how he feels about the wireless headphones because he loses things really easily. Well, Apple have sort of come back with that, and they've brought the little box that I talked about to keep them in. Yeah, it's not going to be ideal. There will still be some people like me and Harry that lose these things, but that's one way to combat it. That also doubles as a wireless charging box, which will be really handy, and it's just the size of the box that your headphones normally come in. So you charge the headphones in the little box. The headphones have 5 hours battery life, and then the box has an additional 25 hours. So you charge the headphones in the box, and then you plug the box in. There's been the usual update on battery life as well for iPhones. If you have the iPhone 6 or 6S Plus, then you're going to get approximately 2 hours more battery life. Francesca's asking how much the phone's going to be. iPhone 7 is going to be starting at £599 for 32 gigabytes. Now, that's 32 gigabyte is the smallest size they're doing now. They've gotten away with the 16 gigabytes. So now you have 3 options. You can get the 32 gig, 128 gig, and the 258 gig. 256 gig. And they're not charging any more for these extra sizes compared to last year. So the iPhone 7, £599, and the iPhone 7 Plus is probably going to be around £670, £680, and then going up for the different sizes. Just been asked about the screen size options. It's going to be the same as last year and the previous year, so same as the 6S and 6S Plus. So they're going to do the 7 in a 4.7 inch, and then the 7 Plus in the 5.5 inch. So if you've got the 6, 6S, 6 Plus or 6S Plus, then you're going to be able to use the same case if you buy the same version of your phone this year. I just want to say thank you for everyone that's left comments and asked questions. So the Apple Watch that came out 18 months ago has been given its first update, and the first thing that Apple did was get rid of the original Apple Watch. That's no longer available. What they've done now is replaced it with the Apple Watch Series 1. It looks identical to the previous Apple Watch, except it's been given an update inside. The Series 2 Apple Watch, that's going to be the newest Apple Watch, and the difference is with that is they've made the watch waterproof. And not only waterproof, but 50-meter waterproof and swim-proof. They've tested it with swimmers and with a machine that magically dunks the iPhone and the Apple Watch in water over and over again, and that makes sure that you can use it whilst you're swimming. So if you're a swimmer, you like to measure your cardio in the pool, then you can now use your Apple Watch Series 2. It's also 25% brighter than the current Apple Watch, meaning you'll be able to see it clearer on a sunny day. And they've introduced GPS. Now, if you're someone that likes to go for a run without your phone, or you're someone who likes to go hiking where there's not a lot of signal, the GPS on your Apple Watch is going to be fantastic because it means you don't need phone signal to get some of the best functionality from it. You can go for a run without your phone, and your Apple Watch will track using GPS your steps, your speed, your calories burned. You can also use it for maps up in rural places, maybe if you're hiking and you don't need to have your phone on you, or if you've got no phone signal, you can still use it and it'll still track your route. The Series 1 is £10 more than the original Apple Watch, so that's £269 to start off. There are 2 different sizes, and there are lots of different straps you can get that increase the cost of it. The Series 2 is going to be starting at £369, so again, not at all cheap, but you get what you pay for. The iOS improvements that are coming are going to come with iOS 10, and that launches on the 13th of September. Big updates that you're going to see from that are better notifications. So as before, you'd just see one line of text to say you got a message or a Facebook post. That's now going to come with a little bit extra information, so you can actually see what's happening with that notification. You can respond to it directly from your home screen or directly from your lock screen. When it comes out on the 13th of September, we'll probably go live again to talk to you about that update. So they were all a really big announcements that Apple made last night. It's got us really excited about what's coming and what we're going to be able to do with Apple, and we're 100% going to be getting the new iPhones very soon to test out and to play around with, and maybe even an Apple Watch. If any of you guys are thinking about getting any of the devices, leave a comment saying what you're thinking about getting, why you want it, or if you've got any more questions, put them in the comments and I'll respond now. The iPhone's going to be available for pre-order tomorrow, so that's the 9th of September, and then it's going to be available to purchase from the 16th, Friday the 16th of September. So you've got a week, you've got the next day to get ready to pre-order it, you've got a week to pre-order it, and then it'll start shipping on the 16th. You'll also be able to go into the Apple Store and pick it up from the Apple Store. We're going to be there live in Leeds to talk to people at the Leeds store about when they go pick up their Apple phone. So keep your eyes open for that as well. And if you wanted to know a little bit more about what happened at the Apple event last night, we've actually got a blog post up on our website, and that's on clubit.tv. So you can head over to clubit.tv and you'll be able to read all about it. If you wanted to know a little bit more about the event as a whole, rather than just the phone, you can go onto our Twitter, which is Clubit, all one word on Twitter, and you can actually see all of our live tweets that we did last night during the event. Our next live event, we're not too sure yet, but we will let you guys know on our Facebook page before we go live next time. We will almost definitely be down at the Leeds Apple store on Friday the 16th to talk to them and the customers that are going to be queuing up to buy the new iPhone. So if you're in Leeds or near Leeds, come down to the Leeds store and we'll chat to you. If you're not in Leeds, then be sure to drop a comment and send us a message and maybe tell us your thoughts on the iPhone. Okay guys, thank you very much. Feel free to keep leaving comments, we will keep picking them up, but we will speak to you guys when we do our next live event. Thank you.